Hello, and welcome back to After School Murder Club. So, if you remember the last episode, if you haven't seen the last episode, please go back and watch it. I really need more views and comments from you guys. What happened the last episode is I had in the beginning a dream about a guinea pig, and the guinea pig was in the cold, it was freezing, and then someone human walked up to it. I'm assuming to save it, but I'm not really sure because I woke up from that dream. I'm going to a new high school. I made new friends, and I was trying to look for a club to join, and I guess the club I ended up joining at the end was the murder club. So I got to be introduced to the people in the murder club, but they didn't tell me what it is or what it involves. So I'm kind of interested to know, like, is this a club that we solve like crimes for murder? Like, is it involved with the school? But even just looking at this picture is hilarious to me. The guinea pig with the blood dripping down with knife, and then this is the guy from my dream, I'm assuming. So let's go back into it. Let's see what's gonna happen. And I'm just waking up. So this was after I joined the murder club later that evening. I'm sitting at my computer, applying filters to my latest batch of squirrel photos. Oh, that's right. Apparently, I'm a squirrel stalker. Ah, Steve Cunn, that's the squirrel. You're so adorable. And just look at how big you're getting. I hope I can hug you one day. I wonder if you'll ever let me come close enough. What do you think, Taya-sama? I look over to the window. The tablet of glutinous pig lays on the floor, glowing faintly in the moonlight. It doesn't reply to my question, but that's okay. Just having it around makes me feel safer. I think somebody needs a rubbing down soon. You're such a dirty astic death god. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I stretch my arms up over my head. My yawn is deep and serenus. I should probably get to sleep soon. I wonder if I'll have that weird dream again. Ooh, maybe I will. I get up and turn off the light, and then crawl under the covers. What an exciting first day it's been. I'm so sleepy. I close my eyes. Come on, guinea pig dream. Oh. Huh? That sound just now. Was that my phone vibrating? I open my eyes. My phone is on charge on the floor next to my bed. I reach down and scoop it up. I gaze sleepily at the cracked screen, and my eyes shoot open in surprise. I got an email! It's from Stella Chan. I eagerly open it and read the contents. Oh wow, I do have a scratch. Hola, Claire Chan. I apologize for mailing so late. Hope I didn't wake you up. I spoke to Drinkerson Senpai, and he said you got on well with the club this afternoon. The other members said you should go again tomorrow. Hang out, get to know them all a little better. Then we think about officially joining. Let me know your decision by tomorrow night, and I'll take care of the paperwork. Sleep well. Good night, Stella. I read the mail over and over with the biggest smile on my face. I've only been at Mimino High School for a single day, and I'm already making so many new friends. I can't wait to visit the Murder Club again tomorrow after school. What a funny name. The Murder Club. Still smiling, I put my phone back on the floor and slowly drift off to sleep. And I'm I'm not even questioning what the club is. I'm just like, ah, what a silly name. Don't worry. You're safe now. I'll take care of you. I should probably give you a name. Let's see. I found you near a plastic igloo. So, how about Iggy? Oh, that's cute. Iggy the piggy. What do you think, little guy? Do you like that name? Oh, ree, ree, ree. guinea pigs happy. Second day. Oh, that was all I got. The next morning, I'm up before the alarm clock. The sun is only just beginning to peek through my bedroom windows. I feel relaxed and refreshed, like a brand new girl. I don't think I had the same dream again last night. If I did, I don't remember it. Although, come to think of it, there was something. A name, maybe. But I don't have the time to think about it, because today I'm going to get to school early. I stuff my school books and tablet of glutinous pig into my bag, and I quickly get changed into my uniform. Shirt, skirt, tie, looking smart today. And after breakfast, I leave the house with plenty of time to spare. The street isn't quite as bustling as it was yesterday morning, probably because I'm leaving the house on time. I leisurely make my way along the route to school. I only have a couple of near misses with cars this time. Well, that's good. I don't know how I almost got hit by 3 cars. It's shaping up to be a good day already. Hey, I'm almost at school when I hear a girl's voice from behind me. Huh? Hey, new kid. I turn to Plant Horror, one of the members of the murder club. And of course, her best friend, Toast. Good morning to you. Hello again. I return their smiles. Good morning, Plant Senpai. Good morning, Toast Senpai. Morning, morning. On time today, huh? I sure am. And so are you. Yeah. Toast-chan made me set an extra alarm last night. So here I am. You can thank me later, Plan-chan. Yeah. So, new kid, I have a question. Oh? What's that? Are you coming to the club room after classes today? I nod my head so hard I almost gave myself whiplash. Yes, definitely. I'd love to get to know you all better. Yay! It's about time we got a new member. It's been a bit quiet since the last couple. I wonder why. Graduated. I guess the club must have had some 30 students in it last year. Oh, that reminds me of a question I was meaning to ask. Are you a member of the murder club too, Toast Senpai? Toast Senpai shakes her bread slowly. Well, I guess you can't shake her head because she doesn't have one, so I guess shake her bread makes sense. Oh no, we think it's important for friends, even best friends, to do things separately. Yep. Toast-chan here is actually in the cooking club. What? Believe it or not. Yeah, she's actually an amazing chef. Okay, did she like toast herself? Oh, Planchan, stop trying to butter me up. We all share a laugh. Come on, new kid. Let's walk the rest of the way together. Okay, after you. And so, for the first time in my life, I walked to school with my friends. We arrive at Mimo High several minutes before the bell rings. As we passed a few streets, Plant and Toast told me a little more about themselves. It seems they were both created in the same radioactive accident. What? Okay, so I guess they, trying to go do something real quick. And they've been the best of friends ever since. My parents are always saying that I was an accident. Oh my god. I really am. So maybe that's why we're all getting along so well. Well, I'll see you after classes then. You will, 100%. Great. Come on, Toast-chan. I'll take you to homeroom. My hero. Oh, look at even has little hearts. Nice seeing you again, Redfield-san. You too, Toast-senpai. See you later, cutie. I wave goodbye to them just as the morning bell begins to chime. Okay then, Mimino High School, day 2. Let's go. Oh, let's go! Plus Ultra! And with my battle cries still ringing in the air, I rush inside the school. I am filled with energy and enthusiasm for a full day of study. Look at that bunny. Ah, I'm so bored. I've only been here for an hour, but it feels like an eternity already. I wonder what Steve Chun is doing right now. Probably burying his nuts in a bush somewhere. That's the squirrel. Redfield son, would you like me to repeat the question? Oh no. The teacher is calling my name cuts through my daydreams. I spring to my feet so suddenly that the guy sitting behind me screams. No, Sensei. I heard you perfectly, Sensei. Of course you did. I disarm him with my most winsome smile. He doesn't smile back. So, your answer, please? Right. The answer is... Oh boy. I think it was gonna be like 42. 42? That's what you get when you multiply 6 by 9. I continue smiling. This time the teacher smiles back. A big, wide grin with lots of teeth. He looks pleased. Did I actually get it right? Take that, parents. Turns out your daughter isn't as dumb as she looks. That's all very well good, Redfield son. But this is English class. Why must you, Quintus, make this job so hard? It's a weird word. Do you have any idea what you're doing to me? Uh-oh, I'm gonna make this teacher a raid quit. Do you even care? Sensei? Yes, Artro-san. Could you keep your voice down, please? It's just that I'm right in the middle of vault, and you're kind of killing the atmosphere, you know? My apologies, Artro-san. I didn't realize you were playing video games in the back row. Really? I'll try to keep it down from now on. Shh. Okay, class, let's move on to the next page. Oh my gosh. Finally, after what seemed like hours, 3 hours to be precise, lunchtime arrives. Nom 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 nom, gulp. Oh no, well that gets stuck in my throat. Last week I brought a huge bag of them to give to Steve Chun, but I thought I'd try a few myself. Note to self, take off the shells first. Wow, I'm really dumb. When I finish eating, I stare at the classroom window. The sun is shining brightly. The sky is blue and cloudless. And here I am, stuck at school. Sigh. A naughty thought suddenly pops in my head. What if I wasn't at school? What if I was somewhere else instead? I sneak a peek at Stella. The class rep is still absorbed in the video game she's playing. She probably wouldn't notice if I didn't come back to class after lunch. Uh-oh, am I gonna ditch? And even if she did, I don't think she'd punish me for it. Stella's cool like that. Stay in class or sneak out. What to do, what to do. At times like this, I find it really hard to make a decision. This isn't some video game where I can make a save point and try out all the different options, you know. I need to make up my mind. Should I stay or should I go? Okay, let's see. Ooh, get dessert at a cafe in town. Stay in class, get brain smart. Ooh, go to the roof and sunbathe. Well, obviously, I want to get a dessert, right? I mean, why? That sounds pretty good to me. Let's do that. After a nice big lunch I've just eaten, I feel like a nice big dessert would really hit the spot. And besides, I made it all the way through morning class without falling asleep once. Surely I deserve a treat after that. I make up my mind. Without saying a word, I stand up and grab my school bag. And then I leave the classroom as quietly as I can. Nobody tries to stop me as I trot along the corridors of the school and make my way out of the front entrance. Since Willie moved to this town a couple of weeks ago, I don't really know any of the local landmarks yet. Parks, pet stores, restaurants, those kind of places. To be honest, I don't even know what the name of this town is yet. But after an hour blindly strolling up and down the streets, I finally find a cafe. What the heck is going on with these posters? What kind of cafe did I just go to? What did that say? Pickles, Tootsie Fruits, five spice cheese, lasagna, something. Oh my god. The bell above the doorway jingles as I step inside. The sound attracts a nearby waitress who pounces on me. Hiya! Ah, welcome to Uncle Mugen's. Where the food is infinite. Yeah. You're not one of these girls looking this guy, are you? Because, the fact that he has a little girl in his lap, I'm kind of scared. This waitress, she's so adorable. Meow then. Can I show you to a table? You certainly can. Yeah, perfect. The cafe is pretty crowded at this time of day, but the waitress bounces over to a booth in the corner. She gestures to an empty seat with a sweep of her hand. Here we go. Please take a seat, madame. Thank you. I do as I'm told and reach for the dessert menu. Take your time. Okay, I will. After all, there are still 2 more hours until afternoon classes are over. I'm in no hurry to get back to school. I study the menu intently, but I just can't decide what I want. Perhaps some light conversation will give me time to think. I smile up at the waitress. She grins back at me. So, let's see. Is the food really infinite? Huh? Oh, you mean the slogan I said when you first came in? They make us all say that. It's just a pun is all. If anything, I'd say the portions here are a little on the small side. Ah, but you should still order something. Or else I won't get paid. Okay. What do you recommend? I already ate lunch, so I'm trying to decide on a dessert. She thinks about it for a while. Okay, we do parfaits, crepes, soft cream, donuts. Oh, and we got a cherry pie here that'll kill ya. Not literally, though. That would be bad. Oh, those all sound so good. So, are you a high schooler too? Yeah, I go to Mira High. Mira High, huh? I heard of that place. A few years ago, it was named the 24th best school in the city. Just a single place higher in the rankings than Minmino High. From what I heard, there's quite the rivalry between Minmo and Mira. I hope this adorable waitress doesn't work out where I'm from. Doesn't work out. Okay. You're from Amino, right? Gah! I can tell by your uniform. Guilty as charged. Please don't kill me. Nah, don't worry. My best friend goes to Mimimo too. We don't really buy into all that great betrayal yarn. It's all way before our time anyways. I breathe a sigh of relief. Actually, I only just started there. Today's my second day. No way! Wait a minute. How come you're not in school right now? Crap. Well, how come you're not in school right now? Uh-huh. No, you got me. Let's just keep this a secret between us, okay? Okay. So, how long have you worked here? I can hear the waitress counting quietly under her breath. 4 days. Nah, I'm kinda new here. So please be patient with me. I hold up a hand to reassure her. Don't worry, I'm very patient. Like, sometimes my parents lock me out of the house for hours, and I don't even complain about it. At least, not anymore. You're a funny girl. I wasn't really making a joke, but I'm glad she thinks I'm funny. So, did you decide what you want to order? I think I did. I would like... Okay, let's see. A matcha green tea parfait. A crepe with lots of whipped cream. That sounds actually pretty good. Wasabi and soy sauce soft cream. That doesn't sound good. A donut as big as a flotation by a slice of that killer cherry pie. I see either the green tea or the crepe. Let's go with green tea porfat. Okay, coming right up. She writes down my order and then turns to walk across the cafe. But as she does, she trips. Oh my god. And crashes right through the table in front of her. It's reduced to splinters. Like it got hit by a cannonball. Damn. Ah, she springs back to her feet like a cat. Silly me. I'll clean that up right away. Oh my god, I'm never gonna get my dessert. The table next to it is a Tom Ice too. What the heck? It reminds me of that old video of a nuclear bomb test. The hell? Ah, just having one of those days, I guess. I'll go get a brush. Oops, sorry. I hope my dessert doesn't have any glass in it. I can't wait for my dessert to show up. The scent coming from the kitchen is making my mouth water. In fact, it isn't just a scent. There's a fragrant black smoke drifting up from the kitchen, too. Oh, that's not a good thing. It smells delicious. I hear her husband squeal from inside. Ah, no. Why are you on fire? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You weren't on fire before. No, why did Louisa Nyan have to call out sick today? Oh boy. A few moments later, I see the waitress returning to my table with light, bouncy steps. She has a huge smile on her face. I can barely contain my drool. Is she bringing my dessert? Hi! I smiled at her eagerly. Hello, do you have my perfot? Here's the thing. Due to circumstances completely beyond my control. The kitchen is a teensy little bit on fire. And, well, I kind of dropped the fire extinguisher yesterday. And now it's all broken and on the floor. Oh, that's terrible. Does that mean my dessert isn't coming? The kitchen does have sprinklers, but the pipes in this place are older than me, and we didn't have anything that can turn the valves. Unless you happen to have a spare valve handle on that bag of yours. Oh man! I could have chose a valve handle in the beginning. Oh man. I think this whole place is probably going to burn down soon, and all I have to do is find another part-time job. Oh, third one this month. A valve handle? Did you say a valve handle? Yeah, sir, I can't help you. Damn it. What kind of psychopath would carry a valve handle around in their school bag? Apparently me. And besides, even if I wanted to do such a bizarre thing, there wouldn't be enough room in there. What with the tablet of glutinous pig and everything. I knew it was a long shot. I suppose I better call 119, which is our 911. Can I borrow your phone? I dropped mine off a building. How is this chick like not dead? What the? Am I sitting in a room of fire right now? Oh my god. This is what I get for skipping school just to get dessert. End up on fire. There was nothing the fire department could do to save the cafe. Oh my gosh. And worst of all, I never did get that perfot. Damn it, I didn't get that dessert. Oh, so we're back in the murder club room. So, in the last video, I said that this poster, there was a hole here, it's gone now. I knew it was from Silent Hill, but I was thinking Silent Hill 3. It's actually Silent Hill 2, so that was my mistake. Oh, I do see there's also the Sasquatch picture, and then of course Siren Head. If there's anything else you guys see that you can recognize, let me know. Like, I'm sure this mug is from something, and I know this is from something. This actually looks like Silent Hill 2. I'm pretty sure that's Silent Hill as well. I could be wrong. And then of course not the Magnus Monster, but so when I step into the classroom, hey cutie, plant horror greets me with a smile. I hope you had a good day. I smell bag of hair as I close the door behind me. Hi, same to you, Plant Senpai. I shuffled nervously into the room, wondering where to sit. Oh, you just missed Chuck-con. He stepped out right before you got here. He'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, okay. I finally decided on a desk, front and center near the teacher's podium. I plop my bag onto the floor, pull out the chair, and take a seat. Is everyone else coming today? Yeah, they should be. I spoke to Anka and Clytron at lunch, and they said they'd be here. Plant Senpai will probably be late, though. He's a busy boy. She falls silent as she's thinking about what to say next. Hey, so are you really thinking about joining this club? Hmm? I look over at her. She's sitting next to the window. The afternoon sunlight makes her green skin glow. For some reason, the smile has faded from her lips. Could it be that she's worried I won't join? She's such a nice person. I reach her with a heartly thumbs up. I think I will join the club. If you'll have me, that is. I'm not entirely sure what the murder club actually does yet, but y'all seem like such kind, friendly people. God, I'm not questioning any of this. Not like the people at my last school, or the ones before that. Oh, well, that's just the way it has to be, I guess. Just like Chuck Khan said. She smiles at me again. I look forward to spending the semester with you, new kid. Let's have as much fun as we can before graduation. See, obviously they're doing something with whoever joins the club. Like she's literally like, oh, hopefully we can hang out before graduation, quote, quote, whatever that means. Probably gonna sacrifice me or something. I would like that very much, Plant Senpai. I hear the door open and turn my head to see a girl entering the room. Good afternoon. Yo, Clay-chan. Hello, Clay Senpai. She looks over at me and the faintest smile touches her lips. Hello. It's good to see you again. You too. She takes a seat at a desk between mine and Plant's. The first thing she does after she sits down is slip her school shoes off and then slide down her socks. Ah! Now barefoot, she wiggles her toes freely, sighed with relief. Much better. You're so cute, Clay-chan. No, I'm not cute at all. Oh, that reminds me. I asked Chuck-kun to fill up my bucket. I hope he hasn't forgotten. Right on cue. The clubroom door opens again. Here he is. Ladies, Chuck has 2 bottles of water in one hand and a plastic bucket in the other. I have that sweet, sweet H2O you all heard so much about. Get me! He carries the bucket across the room. I can hear water sloshing all around inside it. He places the bucket on the floor next to Plant's seat. Oh, baby, with much less grace than Clay, she tears her shoes and socks off, and then plunges her feet into the bucket with a splash. Ah, heaven! My roots have been so dry lately, as I'm sure the first-year kids would say. Hydration is poggers? The frick is that? Poggers? Is this a term I don't know about? He said the first-year kids, so assuming the younger generation, right? Okay, if you know what poggers is, I can look it up, but whatever. It is. Thanks, Chuck Khan. Hey, glad I could help. Chuck sits down near my desk and caps one of the water bottles and takes a long, deep gulp. Ah, sweet, life-giving liquid. I'm left with the girls again. Claire-chan, would you like to join us? I look over at Clay, but she doesn't meet my gaze. I don't really understand what she's asking. I'm already here, though. No. She's saying you should take your shoes off, too. Aren't you, Clay-chan? Sure. Only if you want to, though. Oh, so that's what you mean. Free the feet. Keep the feet safely sealed away. Oh my god. I guess I'm gonna have to free the feet? Like, what? Oh, okay. I understand why she has to do it, because, like, she's, like, part plant or something. I don't know why she does it. Is this like a... I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to free the feet. God. Oh my gosh. Sure, I can do that. I reach down, pull off my shoes, and peel off my socks, beneath my newly bared feet. The dusty wooden floor of the disused classroom feels warm. That's cool. She looks a little pleased. I hope that means she'll be my friend. Feet. Great. So it's a murder club and a foot fetish club? Like, I don't know what's going on. The three of us look over as the classroom door opens again. This time, it's Anka that steps through the doorway. Hello. Without another word, she walks over to the back of the room. I watch as she opens a locker. It takes out a large red machine from inside. I stare fascinated as she plunges into the power outlet. I turn back to Clay and point at the machine. What is that? Huh? Oh, that's just her coffee machine. Believe me, new kid. You don't even want to try talking to Anka until she's finished her 4th cup of the day. I continue to watch Anka set up her strange contraption. Could you stop staring at me, new girl? It's really weird and annoying. I'm sorry, Anka-senpai. What did you just call me? Oh, I remember now. It feels rude of me to use an upperclassman's name without an honorific. But if that's what she wants, then I'll just have to be brave and say it. I'm sorry, Anka? Better. With a slight smirk on her face, she finishes setting up her machine. Doing my best not to notice this time. I watch as she spoons brown granules into an opening on the top. Is one of those bottles for me, Chuck? You know it is, Anka. Thanks. Chuck hands her one of the bottles of water he filled up. She pours it into a different compartment of the machine. Finally, after she presses a series of buttons, the machine whirls to life. I fight the urge to stand up and applaud. Is this so good? It's just a coffee machine. Well, I'm going to get started on today's drawing. Bye. Have fun. Clay shuffles off to a table near the center of the room. I see her retrieve her tablet from her bag and begin setting it up. So, new kid, I'm going to play one of my games for a bit until the prez shows up. Just let me know if you want to hang out, okay? And make sure you spend some time with the others, too. Watch as Plant takes out her phone, a much newer model than mine, and begins navigating menus with the speed and dexterity that I could only dream of. I look slowly around the room of the 4 members of the Murder Club. Anka is pouring her first cup of hot coffee into a white mug. Chuck has finished his water and is now searching inside his school bag for something. Clay has a stylus in her hand and is beginning to draw on her tablet screen. And Plant is ready and engrossed in one of her mobile phone games. Okay then, who should I spend time with? Alright, so you guys are saying poggers is for awesome? Okay, I guess that just proves I'm old, because I did not know that. Alright, so let's see. Have a chat with Chuck, experience coffee. I kind of want to experience coffee. I probably should have some coffee. Draw something with Clay. Oh, or play a game with Plant. Ooh, all that sounds good. Kind of want to play a game. I don't understand why I haven't asked what the murder club is. I'm just like, sure, I'll join, but like, I don't even know what we do. Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what is the murder club? What is this? All right, let's see. I guess let's experience coffee first. My parents never let me drink coffee. What? What the heck? I've never had coffee? They say that I'm wired enough already. I guess. Or do they say that I'm weird enough already? Probably both. Either way, they never let me drink coffee. And that's fine, I suppose. But the aroma coming from Anka's corner of the clubroom is enticing, inviting, intoxicating. I want to give it a try. I want to experience coffee. Anka is a tiny bit intimidating to talk to, but I ball up my fists, screw up my courage, and make up my mind. And then I raise my hand and wave over to her. Anka? She doesn't seem to notice me at first. Her attention is completely absorbed in her coffee. I wave to her again. Anka! This time she looks up from the rim of her cup. What? What do you want now? And why do you have no socks on? I don't know, isn't this the murder foot fetish club? Like, I don't know. Don't tell me Clay got to another one. Her gaze feels like it's boring a hole in through me. She's intense, perhaps. Could you come over here for a moment, please? Again? Fine, but I'm bringing my cup with me this time. Anka stands up and stumps across the crossroom, coffee cup in hand. When she arrives at my desk, she glares down at me, hand on hip. And then she takes another sip. Oh, totally different view. You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee. She sighs happily, as if she's just given herself a present. So, Stella said that you're into squirrels or something? I nod up at her. Mm-hmm. Well, just one particular squirrel specifically. His name is Steve Kahn. Would you like me to tell you about him? No. That sounds really boring. She places her coffee cup down on my desk. The liquid inside it is pitch black. The steam rising from it makes me feel dizzy. It smells so good. Let me guess. Did you want to try some? I nod again, even more eagerly. Yes, please. Well, I suppose I could make you a cup. But don't go thinking that makes us friends or anything. And I definitely don't want to hear about that poor animal you're stalking. I just think it'd be selfish of me to keep coffee this good to myself. And the other club members don't really appreciate coffee like I do. So, do you have any preferences? I blush slightly at Anka's unexpected question. You mean like, do I prefer girls or boys? Oh my god, I really am dumb. What? No, I mean, do you want your coffee black like mine? Oh, good question. I think most people take coffee with milk and sugar. They call it cappuccino or something? I heard that coffee tastes really bitter by itself, but maybe that's a good thing? I suppose I won't know until I try it for myself. I would like my coffee... Okay, I usually do milk and sugar. So that's what I'm gonna pick. With lots of milk and sugar, please. Okay, if you say so. Anka will remember that. Oh boy. She seems disappointed. Yeah, I kind of thought so. I kind of thought she wouldn't like if I didn't take it black, but oh well. Wait here. Anka returns to the coffee machine at the back of the room. She fills her own cup, and then retrieves another cup from the locker and fills that up too. Then she takes out tiny packets of milk and sugar and stirs them. I can barely contain my excitement as she walks back to my desk. She places a second cup in front of me. Here you go. Thanks. I carefully mimic her movements. First, I pick up my cup and breathe in the aroma. Mine has a sweet, clean scent. And then, in using, we bring the cups to our lips. And we each take a long sip. My first ever cup of coffee is smooth, creamy, and very hot. The inside of my mouth instantly feels like it's on fire. How am I supposed to swallow this? My throat is going to melt. Before I can stop myself. Whew. Oh no. I spit out the burning lava. I feel like I should say something here. Damn good coffee! Oh my gosh. My right boob is burning. Oh my god. My right boob is burning. What the hell's wrong with you, new girl? I'm so sorry, Anka senpai. I mean, Anka. I just wasn't expecting to be so hot. Unbelievable. Unforgivable. I could quite happily kill you for this, but, well, I suppose that's against the rules. See? See? Right there. What does that mean? You're just lucky I have a spare shirt in my locker. I bow so deeply that my forehead smacks into the desk. Ow! I really am sorry, Anka. Whatever. I'm gonna get changed. As I cower in my seat, she strides off towards the doorway. Oh, and touch my coffee machine while I'm gone, and I really will kill you, no matter what the president says. I don't think Anka likes me very much. I can still hear her footsteps as she stomps away from down the corner. Take another experimental sip of the coffee she made for me. Now that I'm mentally prepared for the temperature, it really does taste divine. I can see why Anka is so obsessed with this stuff. I quickly finished the entire cup. I suddenly feel all jittery. My bare toes are twitching. I want to get up and do something. But I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, I want to do a lot of it. Is this wired? Am I wired? My hands are shaking. But I'm not sure if that's because of the coffee or because Anka yelled at me. I hope she can forgive me. I don't want this to be the only cup of coffee we ever share, but for now, there are still 3 more club members I could hang out with. Oh, who should I spend time with? Yeah, so let's see. Let's play a game. I peer over at Plant. The green girl's attention is focused entirely on her phone. Her fingers are tapping the screen so quickly and rhythmically. It's kind of like a drum beat. I begin to nod my head in time with her. Hey, beautiful. You having a good time here? I blush and cover my face with my hands. Sorry, I was just wondering if we'd like to hang out, like you said. Sure thing. You want to see the game I'm playing right now? Yeah. To be honest, I don't play video games very often. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. But I'm sure a whiz like Plant can give me some pointers. Hold on a sec. I watch as she moves her feet. Her roots from the bucket of water underneath her desk. And then leaving wet footprints, root prints in her wake, she walks over to where I'm sitting. The heck? That looks totally different. She stands by my desk and shows me her phone. So here's what we're gonna do, new kid. You're gonna download the same game as me, okay? And if you like it, we can play together, once you reach level 16. Okay, now show me what to do, Plant Senpai. A few minutes later, Plant finishes installing the game on my phone. She hands it back to me. No offense, but your phone is so old and beat up. I think the game should still run. But have you considered getting a new one? I tilt my head in apology. I probably will soon. That's what I'm saying. Like, look at this. Like, this looks nothing like the character we're just looking at. Like, I guess maybe like close up, this is what they look like. I don't know. It's so weird. As soon as my sister gets bored of hers. Your sister? Yeah, I have a sister. A stepsister, actually. Her name is... Please enter your sister's first name. Oh, shoot. What should my sister's name be? Let's go with Jill. Her name is Jill. She gets a new phone every couple of years. And I get her old one. Oh, a hand-me-down, huh? I get it, I get it. I have an older sister too, actually. We get on pretty well. Big girl. Her root system covers most of the southern Japan. Oh no, Jill isn't my older sister. She's 2 years younger than me. Really? So you get, like, hand-me-ups? Yeah, I suppose. My parents can't afford to buy new phones for the both of us, so that's fair enough. Anyway, shall we give this a go? Yep. I tap the icon for the game, and after a few seconds, it starts up. Oh. Tenchi Rollback? That's an unusual name for a video game. Yeah, it just came out a few months ago. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kinda addicted to it. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so let's check it out. Just tap anywhere to start. I follow her instruction and press my fingertip to the screen. And then the game begins. Okay, Davina is a horrible name. I'm sorry. Maybe... Yeah, I can't think of a girl name. Let's see. Between the shining bird and the burning helm is a mixed world. Once they left this land, Angel no longer needed the mighty power, but in their absence, the ground below opened up, a huge hunger, and made a despicable demon of different form that started roaming until the angel returned from a distant space. Only special sound can protect people. You are this amazing new voice. Until the angel began to roll back, you have to deal with all evil things. Go immediately and meet them. Okay. Please enter your username. Oh. Looks like the game started in an old abandoned village. I'm standing in an open field surrounded by wooden houses. Plant leans over my shoulder explaining the controls. So first of all, you want to do this, and then this. With her help, I managed to make my character walk around the screen. The game seems simple enough so far. Plant Senpai, is there much of a story to this game? I didn't really understand what it said at the beginning. Oh yeah, the translation isn't the best. There is a pretty deep story, though, about the history of the angels and why they left, that sort of thing. But it mostly lures entries into the Tensipedia. I'm probably saying that wrong, I'm sorry. Me and Toast-chan have been having fun piecing the plot together ourselves. I see. I have no idea what she's talking about. I walk around some more. Not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but I haven't died yet, so I think I'm winning. Uh oh. Level 2, JK Kigo has arrived. What the hell? Suddenly, a demon schoolgirl pops up. Ah, what do I do, Plant Senpai? Okay, it's a turn-based game, right? So what you have to do is choose your next move from the menu here, see? Okay, I'll give it a try. Holy War, go! It's the turn of the Resident Evil duck. Okay, oh boy. Offense, maintain, entice, evaporate. Evaporate? Resident Evil duck attempted to evaporate. Oh no, I failed! Now it's the turn of JK Kigo. JK Kijo offenses. Oh no, it's a hit! I lose 5 horsepower. I have 44 horsepower and remain. Alright, it's my turn again. Entice, let's entice her. I danced! Ooh, she's enticed by my dancing, alright. What the hell? Now it's the turn of KJ Kigo. She's still intense and will not offense. Oh, sweet. So this is my chance. I attempted to evaporate. What? How did I fail? Oh, man. Oh, it's a miss. Sweet. So I guess let me try offense. Vota. Yay! What the hell? It's a turn of KJ Kohio. Is it Kojio or Kohio? She offenses. It's a hit. Oh no, I lose 16 horsepower. I only have 28 horsepower and remain. I haven't tried maintain yet. Let's try that. Okay, that did nothing. Dances sweetly. What? Oh, that missed. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to dance again. Oh no, she's dancing. Alright, I need to dance then. Dance crazy! Oh, sweet. Yay! What? Only 7? Last time it was like 14. Mm. Aw, she doesn't like my dancing anymore. Oh shit, I lost 14? Oh no, I can't have another hit like that. I'll be done. Oh, come on. How's that a miss? Dude, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. Oh my gosh. Okay, at least that was a miss. Oh, come on. Yay. Oh, whoever hits each other next, I think it's pretty much done. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I lost 9 that time, I guess. Oh, shit, I only have 5 left. That is not good, dude. Oh, come on. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, oh, phew. That almost died. Should I try enticing again? I don't even know what evaporate is. I don't. Okay, so maybe now that she only has 1 left, I need to evaporate her or whatever. Oh no, I might die right now. Oh, it's a miss. Okay, well, let's try this. Yay! I did it! Oh, I got an achievement. I did it, Plant Senpai! I won, I think. So excited that I almost dropped my phone. Plant pats me on the shoulder. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well done, new kid. You survived your first random encounter. Want to play some more? Not really. Yeah, I feel unstoppable now. Great. Emboldened by my decisive victory, I continue to explore the old town. You took a lot of damage in the last battle. You're down to 5 HP. Let's see if we can find any healing items. They kind of look like little harps. They usually spawn right after an encounter. Okay, Plant Senpai. There's one over there. I steer my character towards one of the old buildings. Level 119. Sharpay has arrived. Do you want to have a bad time? Another demon? Is she a clown? A witch? A clown witch? Well, whatever she is, she doesn't look so tough. Wait, level 119? Never even seen an enemy that high before. And I've played this game for months. Must be a really rare encounter. Probably not something you can win at your level. When your turn comes around, you should probably just try to evaporate. Okay, I think I understand what Plan is trying to tell me to do. Yo, she-witch, let's go. Holy war, go! It's a turn of Sharpie. What the heck? Sharpie casts a magic of Earwax Inferno. What? She's throwing earwax at me? What? Sharpie's magic is pivotal? I like that scream. Well, I lost 224 horsepower, so yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. You are already dead. Well, yeah. Angel will never come back. Martyr is restrained. Oh god. Aw, I got killed. This game is hard. You just got unlucky, that's all. You did really good for your first go. You probably should play some more in your free time. Once you get to level 16, you can team up with me and Toast-chan. Okay, senpai, I'll definitely do that. I'll catch up to you two in no time, just you wait. The green girl beams down at me. I believe in you, sweetie. I'm gonna carry on playing for a bit. Was there anyone else you were going to hang out with? Yeah, that game was not fun. Watch plan as she heads back to her seat by the window. And then once again, I take a look around the classroom. There are still a couple more club members I can hang out with. Let's draw something. My eyes come to rest on Clay. She's seated in the center of the room, just a few tables away. But in another sense, she's miles away from me. Her features are rigid with concentration. She has a stylus in one hand, and she's drawing on the screen of her large tablet device. I watch her, entranced. Are we just staring at each other? Yes? Can I help you with something? Crap. She caught me staring. That's a bad habit of mine. I smile at her, rubbing the back of my head sheepishly. Sorry. It's just the last time I drew on something, my dad grounded me for 3 months. What the frick? That was totally unfair, by the way. How was I supposed to know that crappy painting was a gift from his beloved 4th wife? Oh my gosh. I was just thinking. I haven't tried drawing anything more than a doodle since then. Do you want me to try drawing something with me? My mouth flops open in surprise. That would be the best, Clay senpai. Okay. She stands up, smoothing down her skirt with both hands. Then she picks up her tablet and pads across the room towards me. But instead of pulling a chair up to my desk, she sits down on the raised part of the floor, not far from the window. Like, what is this? What? Why? This is much more comfortable. Now that she mentions it, the stiff wooden chair I'm sitting in is starting to make my back hurt. I slide out of it and take a seat next to her. I stretch out my legs and wiggle my toes. You're right, Clay senpai. This is much more comfortable. She smiles shyly at me and then looks back at her tablet screen. You said yesterday you wanted to see some of my work? I nodded enthusiastically. Yes, I'd love to. Oh, what kind of thing do you do? Maybe it's just because she's so close to the window, but a dark cloud seems to pass across Clay's face for a moment. Anger. Pain. Fear. Aggression. Manga? Or it's a bit more complex than that. Here, let me show you. She brushes her finger across the tablet screen. A folder of 4 images soon appears. These are a few that I did recently. I scooch closer to her and take a look at the tablet. I guess this is why she's part of the murder club. Let's see. Yep. The first drawing that Clay shows me is a woman's mouth. It has sharp white teeth, a long pink tongue, and it's dripping with bright red blood. The same shade as her lipstick. It's really well drawn, that's for sure, but it isn't quite what I expected from a shy, polite girl like Clay. Wow, I feel like it's a bit scary. Really? I suppose you could see it that way. She swipes her finger to the left and the next image appears. Oh. The second drawing is even more gruesome than the first. This time the subject has a white mask for her face. They're in the middle of pulling that mask off, and the contents of their skull can clearly be seen. Brains, blood, teeth, with an empty black hole in the center. Oh, this one I think is relatable. Well, I think it's worrying. Ugh, I don't know. I guess it's relatable. Oh my gosh. I see. That's interesting. She swipes her finger again and brings up the next image. Oh. The third drawing. I'm not even sure what this is supposed to be. Looks kind of like Chuck. Perhaps. This one makes me want to laugh. But I'm not really sure why. Sorry. Oh. I've never heard anyone say that before. She paused for a long moment, lost in thought. And then she lowers the tablet to her lap. So, what do you think? I cut my chin in my hand and think about it for a while. I don't really know the first thing about art, but, well, I think they're really good. You're very talented, Clay Senpai. I see. I'm still trying hard to improve, but thank you for saying so. She holds up the tablet again. So, did you want to try drawing something yourself, Claire-chan? My eyebrows rocket upwards. Can I? Sure. She taps her lower lip thoughtfully with the stylus. Why don't we agree on a subject, and then we can both try drawing it? I smile warmly at her. Her soft, melodious voice is comforting like distant rainfall. Feels like she's speaking a lot more freely now. Maybe she's starting to get comfortable with me. I love that idea, but what should we draw? Ooh. Maybe a ghost. What about the moon? Let's draw Plant Senpai. That actually might be kind of fun. I kind of want to draw a ghost, though. Let's see. Let's do a ghost. Maybe a ghost? A ghost. I like it. She holds the tablet out to me. Do you know how to use one of these? Not at all. I'll show you. It's pretty straightforward. We can both sketch something. And then I'll put them side by side when we're finished. Sounds fun, but mine won't be as good as yours, Clay Senpai. We'll have to start somewhere. So first of all, 30 minutes later, I've completed my first masterpiece. Clay's explanations about using a tablet were easy to understand, and while I suppose it isn't perfect, I am quite proud of what I created in just half an hour. I try to hide the smug look on my face as I hand back the stylus. All done. Your turn now, Clay Senpai. Okay, let's give this a shot. 10 minutes later. Clay puts down the tablet. It's just a rough sketch, but I think I'm finished too. Wow, Clay Senpai, that was fast. Shall we take a look at him? Yeah. Clay holds up the tablet so we can both clearly see the screen. Okay, so this is mine. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's really good. A screenshot. The ghost that Clay drew. Wow, it's kind of cute, but also kind of sad. Yes, I think the afterlife, if there is one, must be a place of many different emotions. You do? I never really thought about that before. I think about it a lot. What the dead might feel, what they might have to say to us if they could, what they might do to us. Okay, now let's take a look at your interpretation. Clay swipes a finger across the screen, and my masterpiece slides into view beside hers. Oh my god, I'm gonna screenshot that too. Claire stares at the two drawings side by side, her face expressionless. I feel a swell of pride in my chest. Not bad at all for our first attempt. Oh my gosh, sorry, this made me laugh hard. What do you think, Clay Senpai? Did I do good? I mean, at least, like, he has almost like a cat face. It's pretty good, yes. You can definitely tell me what it's supposed to be. Good job, Claire-san. That was awesome. Thank you for letting me into your world, Clay Senpai. No worries. It was fun. I think I'm going to work on my drawing for a bit longer. Okay. I snap her a crisp salute and then stand up. I'm going to see what someone else is doing. I leave Clay to her drawing and look around the club room once more. There's one more club member that I haven't hung out with yet. Alright, Chuck. What is Chuck Senpai up to? I look over at him seated at a desk by the door. He's taking something out of his school bag. Some kind of circular machine, perhaps? He's tinkering with it. I can't quite see what it is, but I can see a small screwdriver in his hand. I wonder what he's doing. I wave at him, trying to get his attention. Psst! Chuck Senpai! Notice me! After a moment, he lifts his head and looks in my direction. He has a distracted look on his face. Hey, Claire, what can I do for you? I bow my head slightly. Sorry to bother you, but have you got a minute? He glances down at its contraction. Wow, I can't talk. At the contraption on his desk. Whatever it might be. Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some collaborations. Oh, can I help you at all? I don't know much about machinery, I'll admit, but maybe I'll be a fast learner? Chuck shakes his head slightly. Nah, I got this. You'll see what it is soon. I think you'll like it. I flash him a hearty thumbs up. Okay, I can't wait to see what it is. He returns to his collaborations. And I cast my eyes around the clubroom once again. Come to think of it, I spent some time with everyone now, except Chuck Senpai. I wonder what I should do next. I suppose I could log into Steve Cam on my phone. Oh my god, I have a camera for the squirrel. Until the president arrives. But just then, I hear something. Footsteps. Someone is walking down the corridor. And finally stopping outside the door. The door opens, and someone steps in. It's Pantigus Drinkerson, president of the murder club. Greeting, friends. Close your eyes and listen. Just like yesterday, his voice is muffled slightly by the mask he wears. But again, I hear his next words loud and clear. Once more, it's time for Words with Pantigus episode 109. The word of today. Goatman. Okay. That's right, comrades. Nefarious Goatman stalk the halls of this school, even as we speak. Each one more brazen, more bloodthirsty, and more bearded than the last. I barely survived an encounter with them just now on my way here. But we cannot let them run amok any longer. If we don't do something, those Buck boys will be the end of us all. Bobcat, what can I do for you, Chief? I may require your services this weekend. I need someone with your knowledge of military-grade firepower. We're going hunting? That we are. Tomorrow we hunt the Goatman and his cud, Q, and kin. Sounds like fun on a bun. I'll bring extra ammo. Are we really going hunting? The masked president of the murder club turns his attention to me. Good to see you again, Redfield. I was worried that those behooved bullies had claimed you as a victim. I shake my head reassuringly, showing him that I'm just fine. I haven't seen a single Goatman since I got here, Paint Senpai. But I'll be careful on my way home, I promise. That's delightful to hear. I've encountered many acute cryptid in my time here at Minmo High. The Loveland Frogman, the Louisiana Leopard, the Butter Dog. What's the Butter Dog? Oh God, the Butter Dog. But the Goatman are easily in the top 5 most detested. You wouldn't believe what number 1 is. So please be on your guard at all times. The thought of losing another new member gives me the chills. What, see? What do you mean losing another member? This is the first time I've really spoken to the club president. Yesterday he just stared out the window mumbling to himself. I should get to know him a little better while I have the chance. One more thing, Paint Senpai. Alright, let's see. Well, I'll just go down the list, because... Sorry, I'm getting over a sickness. So what I've noticed with this game is I have to go through these all anyway, so I might as well just go in order. Like, there's really no, I guess, reason to, like, not go in order, so just start from the top. What exactly is a cryptid? I'm so glad you asked. A cryptid is defined as an animal whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated. Okay. Some better known examples of this would be Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, which is right there on the table, or the humble Yeti. I recently spent an entire month searching for some of them. My travels took me all around the world, and I encountered a great many dangers. Wow, Paint Senpai. I'd love to travel the world myself someday. There's much to see out there, Redfield. I'm a member of an historic order, you see. Its name changes on almost a daily basis, but we seek out those forces which roam the forests and dark bowers of man's domain. I have scaled the mountains of madness, seen the color of space, stalked in the shadows of Sharonbol. I'm sorry, I'm saying that totally wrong. And braved the dark distance of amnesia. And now I am forced to eschew a terrible hunger in my very own home. I know how that feels. Sometimes my parents refuse to give me any dinner, and I get a terrible hunger myself. Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're frickin' talking about. That's what I meant. One more thing, Pants Senpai. Have we met somewhere before? Like in my dreams? Yes, we met yesterday. Oh, I meant, have we met somewhere before yesterday? You seem so familiar to me somehow, but I can't remember where you could have met before. I think it was snowing or something. I'm afraid I don't recall that myself. And besides, it hasn't snowed here in 2 years. You're probably thinking of someone else. I'm not the only one in town who wears a mask and hoodie, you know. Yeah, that's true. I mean, technically, I haven't seen his face, so it's like, you know, can't really assume it's the same guy, I guess. I guess that's true. Senpai, do you know someone called Iggy? No, I don't. There is no Iggy. Never mind then. It was just a name that popped into my head for some reason. How do you feel about Aztec death gods? I've encountered one or two during my travels. Why do you ask? No reason really. It's just I was visiting my uncle in prison a while ago, and I found this strange stone tablet in the cafeteria. And get this, it turned out to be the host to the Morning Star, Taya Senpai. Cool, huh? A tablet? I'm more of a boss relief man myself. Wait, did you say Taya? He was one of the gods sealed away during Myra's great betrayal. How fascinating, right? Aztec gods are the best gods. They're just something I'm interested in. Well, that and Steve Kun. Oh, Steve Kun is a squirrel that often visits my backyard. He's very funny and has a fluffy tail. Hey, did you know that squirrels know when they're being watched by humans? And they only pretend to bury their nuts? But they actually take them somewhere else? He's tricked me a bunch of times like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure what to do with that information. Just file it away in case you need it. I can't place your accent. Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. You have such an unusual voice. I've been wanting to ask about it ever since I first heard him speak. Oh, no, I get that a lot. People usually assume I'm from Okinawa. Okinawa? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, but I'm not. I'm actually from Hokkaido, the Scotland of Japan. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting way of putting it, Senpai. What can I say? I'm an interesting guy. Well, if that's everything, I need to write down my latest findings. Those goat-faced gimboids won't rest for a moment. It's been good getting to know you, Redfield. You too, Paint Senpai. With another word, he strides over to the bulletin board on the wall and begins to scrawl something on a post-it note. I watch him transfixed. What an interesting life the president leads. Chuck steps up beside me and places a big hand on my shoulder. Oh, he's a character, all right. But anyway, I just finished my collaborations. Want to see what I've been working on? Yes, please, Chuck Senpai. Okie dokie. I'll round up the others. Hey, ladies, it's time. Time for what, Chuck-kun? Time for Wheel of Whoa! Whoa! That's what I just said. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. It's time to play Wheel of Whoa! A completely original game that doesn't infringe on any copyrights whatsoever. I'm Chuck Bobcat, and I'll be your host for this afternoon. Thank you, thank you. Now, the rules are simple. You'll spin the wheel and see where it stops. If you land on a cash amount, you'll be asked a question. Get that question right, and that cash will be added to your total. And whoever has the most money at the end of the game will be declared the winner and take that sweet moolah home. Sounds simple, right? Just try not to go destitute, lose a limb, or explode along the way. Oh, I do see that. There is an explode option. Nice boat. Just lose a limb. What the heck? So let's get into it. Our first contestant is the Caffeine Queen of Minmo, Anka Rose. Let's give her a nice warm welcome to the show, folks. Hello. Hey there. Good to have you with us. So, the producers tell me one of your hobbies is tassography. What? For those of you who don't know, tassography is a fortune-telling method that interrupts patterns in tea, coffee, and even wine. Oh, okay. So that's why she likes coffee so much. Could you tell us a little about that? Well, for example, just this morning, I looked with interest at the foam in my first cup of coffee, and clear as a crisp spring morning, the foam formed into letters. F, K, in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. It never fails. Wow. Let's just hope you don't get FK'd by the wheel today. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. There's the laugh track. Let's find out, shall we? Give the wheel a spin. Okay. Oh. Oh. That's about as painful as distribution gets. Looks like your coffee was trying to warn you this morning after all. Okay, I'm afraid your turn is up. Ugh, I don't even like this stupid game anyways. Let's say hi to contestant number 2. Please put your hands together for the brilliant barefoot beauty. It's Gwen Claymore. Hi. Welcome. Great to have you here. So it says here that you once had a part-time job at a local pizza place. How did that turn out? Not great. The place had these huge animatronic mascot characters, Chuck E. Cheese. And at night they would roam around the building by themselves, killing anyone that came across. Gee, I wonder what that is. Five Nights at Freddy. I was the night watch girl. I only survived by wearing a pink rabbit costume and dancing with them all night. For 5 nights in a row. What a story. But let's see if you're going to be dancing to a different tune today. Why don't you give that wheel a spin? Sure. Oh. I guess you'll be paying for dinner tonight. If you can answer the question, that is. I'll give it a try. Great. Here's your question. What is the bobcat's main source of prey? Rabbits? You got it! Yay. Great job. That's quite a bit of cash in your pocket now. But let's keep this ball rolling, or rather that wheel spinning. Okay. Yay. 10666. Good year, so I'm told. But can you answer the next question? According to the Guinean Book of World Records, what is the oldest age a guinea pig has ever lived? Ooh, I think I've looked this up before. I think it was like 20 something. 11 years? Wow, I'm very sorry. Just to keep positive thoughts now. The oldest guinea pig in history was named Snowball, and he lived to the age of 14 years, 10 months, and 2 weeks. Yeah, weeks! That's a long time. Darn. You keep the 119 you already won, but I'm afraid your turn is up. So let's take our next contestant for a spin. Come on down, contestant number 3. Please show your appreciation for Mimo's very own homegrown Plantora. Hello, hello. Hello to you. So word on the street is that you're something of a gamer? Ha ha! Hey now, gamer is a dirty word. But sure, I've been known to play a game or two in my time. Haven't we all? What have you been playing lately? Give us some recommendations. Well, I finished Pico, the new release by Eagle Jump, and I tried RailNet AB3D, but I found it kind of infuriating. Oh, and I'm playing a lot of Rogue Legion's Dark Realms recently. Trying to beat the game as a goblin peasant is freaking hard. I have to check those out myself. But before that, I need you to spin that wheel, please. You got it, Chuck Con. What? Oh no, lose a limb. Looks like someone's gonna be hopping home tonight. Aw, man. It took like 2 weeks for my arm to grow back last time. Really got in the way of getting my dailies done. Well, I guess we can let you off. Just this once. But I'm afraid your turn is still over. Works for me. And next up is the new girl. She isn't officially a member of the murder club yet, but nobody is safe from the wheel's harsh judgment. Please go absolutely bonkers for Claire Redfield. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Where are those clapping and cheering sounds even coming from? But all that being said, this is the most fun I've had in years. I wave shyly at the fourth wall of the club room. Hi, everyone. Right back at ya. So, I overheard you earlier, saying that you have a younger sister? Oh, you're correct, Chunk Senpai. Her name is Jill. Jill, that's right, so tell me, what kind of little sister is Jill? In my experience, little sisters always fall into one of two categories, angels or devils. So, which is Jill? She's definitely an angel. She's probably the nicest person in the whole world. I couldn't ask for a sweeter little sister. Interesting stuff. Sounds like you got lucky by having such a good little sister. But it's time to test just how good your luck really is. Please reach out and spin the wheel. Okay. My heart flutters in my chest as I step forward, stretch out my hand, and ha! Spin the wheel with all my strength. Oh, 119. That's a fair bit of cash you picked up. But you'll have to answer the question before you can keep it. Of course. I'm ready, Chuck Senpai. Oakley dokley. Tell me, what is the full name of the music club president? Oh, frick. I think his name was Robert Matheson's. Woohoo! I don't even know if that's correct, but okay. Good job. Keep that going. You'll be heading home a winner today. And it's still your turn. Let's spin again. Okay. Aha! Once again, I spin the wheel as hard as I can. Ooh. 1428. Reminds me of my old house on Elm Street. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I figured all these numbers are related to horror games and stuff somehow. So if anyone could tell me, that'd be kind of cool to know. That's a healthy amount to add to your winnings today. Well, let's see if you can answer the question first. Hit me with a question, I mean. Okay, so answer me this. Which after school club is our good friend Toast a member of? Cooking club. That's right. Wow, you made that look easy. You now have a total of 1547 in the bank. You're on a roll. Let's keep up the momentum. Yes, I spin the wheel with every fiber of my being. Nick Boat. Congratulations! You could be treating yourself to an all-expense paid cruise on Nice Boat. All you have to do is answer the next question and the tickets are yours. Show them what they could be winning, Stella. Oh my gosh. Sure thing, Bobcat Senpai. Well, Claire-chan, you could be taking a break from your school days to relax abroad. The luxury MS Galados Skagasso? I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't say that word. As you cruise across the water at speeds of up to 2 knots. Why not bring a love interest along? Or even 2! It could end up being the jealousy-fueled bloodbath you've always dreamed of. Thanks, Stella. Claire, all you gotta do to win that cruise is answer the following question. Many cruise ships don't have a 13th floor due to superstitions. But what is the name given to the phobia of the number 13? Oh, shit. I should know this. I'm gonna guess. Ah, damn it. You were doing so well, too. Oh, man. I know I don't get to go on a murder boat. Oh, I'm really bad at this game. No, you're doing great. But now let's welcome back to the stage, Anka Rose. Hello again. Hey, Anka. Now, you didn't manage to bank any money during the first round, so let's hope you have better luck this time. Spin and win, my friend. Spin and win. Okay, here I go. Oh. Frick. Everyone hit the deck! What the heck? It doesn't look like anything exploded. Welp. How's that for an explosion to finish, folks? Looks like that's all the time we have for today. Let's take a look at the final score, shall we? Clay banked a total of 119 yen. Claire banked a whopping of 114.47 yen. And nobody else banked anything. So, it's my pleasure to announce that Claire Bedfield is our winner for today. Yay! Let's show her some appreciation. I bow and wave to intangible audience that I'm supposedly looking at. Thank you, thank you. Love and peace to you all. Don't go spending it all at once, you hear? But now, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it's time for me to say goodbye. I know, I'll miss you too. But be sure to join Chuck's Bobcat and his friends again real soon for more Wheel of Whoa! So random. I hang out with the murder club until the sun began to set. While Clay and Plant helped Chuck gather up the debris from the exploded wheel, and Paint stares forlornly out of the window at the darkening horizon, I engage in a fascinating conversation with Anka. So I'm all like, Steve cunt, be careful. Even you can't jump that far. And he's like, whoosh. And he goes scoring across the garden. I can't believe what I was seeing. Please, someone, anyone, kill me. Okay, I think that's the last of the small shards. Good job, gang. Chuck-kun, I'm not the one to question your obvious genius, but have you considered not installing a bomb inside the wheel? This is like the 10th time we've had to piece it back together now. Nah, where's the fun in that? Cherished friends, I think that about does it for the day. Return to your demicles. Be wary of Goatman on the way out. Bobcat. I will meet you here tomorrow. Bring guns. Bring all the guns. I don't know, Chief. That's a lot of guns. We may need them. If those horny devils have already managed to construct the icon of sin, it may already be too late. But we can at least take some of them down with us. So, the boys clearly have plans. But what's everyone else doing with their weekend? Like it's just freaking normal. Just working on my commissions, probably. I'm going to spend some time with Ellie. Apparently, there was a fire at the cafe she works at this afternoon, and the entire place burned down. Nobody was hurt, luckily, but she's pretty bummed out about it. Oh no, that's terrible. I'm glad she's okay at least. I feel a sharp pain of guilt in my stomach. Maybe there was something I could have done after all. Well, yeah, if I had the valve. So what about you, new kid? Any weekend plans? Nothing really. Probably just watching Steve Conn through the window. Okay, well, give me a call if you want to hang out. Maybe we can play some more Tenchi together. I asked Toast-chan to come over too. This is the first time anyone's ever asked me to hang out with them on a weekend. I stare down at my feet and stammer out the first response that comes to my head. I would really like that, Plant Senpai. Here's my number. Give me a call. I will. Well, we probably should get out of here. Looks like the boys have already gone home. Come on, girls. You coming, new kid? Yep, but please go on ahead. I need to find my shoes and socks first. No worries. I'll wait for you at the front entrance. After Plant and the others closed the door behind them, I stayed alone in the clubroom for a while. I listened to the silence of the school building at sunset. And I wonder, at my last high school, I was unpopular. I was ignored. And I always walked home by myself. But are things really going to be different from now on? Here, in the murder club on Mimo High? Have I finally found true friendship? No. Probably not. That's strange. I feel so happy right now. So why am I crying? Oh yeah, there's that poster. After wiping away my unexpected tears, I quickly put on my socks and shoes and stepped out into the corridor. I don't want to keep Plant waiting. Huh? What was that noise? I thought everyone else had gone home by now. Is that Stella-chan? I watch as Stella steps out of the nearby classroom. She doesn't seem to notice me. She closes the door behind her, fumbles with a heavy set of keys, and locks the door. And then she steps quickly down the corridor, heading for the stairs. I suppose as a member of the student council, she's making sure everywhere is locked up before she goes home. Although she didn't lock the door to the murder club. I considered calling out to her, but in the silence of the school, it feels wrong somehow. Instead, I began to trot after her, towards the staircase. As I pass by the door that was still just locked, a glint of evening light catches my eye. Unlike the murder club, this door has a brass nameplate attached to it. The UFO Research Club. I didn't know Mimi Hyde had one of those. I wonder what they do in there. Well, I'm definitely trying to open the door. Out of curiosity, I reach out and try the door handle. But it doesn't budge, which makes sense. I just saw Stella lock it after all. Oh well. Doesn't matter. I should get going. Plant Senpai is waiting for me downstairs. I quicken my pace and manage to catch up with Stella. She's standing at the top of the stairs, pressing buttons on a bulky device that is attached to her forearm. I'm sure she wasn't wearing that a moment ago. See, okay. My Spanish is horrible, so please forgive me. Sí, esas lecturas son precisas. El patrón de sangre es verde. I feel like I'm in my Spanish class. That sounds so bad. Sí, no hay duda. Oh my god. Need to hire a Spanish translator. Hay una incredible concentración de injuria tips en esta zona. So I think what she's saying there is a credible concentration of energy of teeps in this zone. I don't know what teeps is. I step up behind her. Stella-chan? Huh? Oh, wow. Oh, it's a guinea pig. Oh, hey, Claire-chan. I didn't realize you were there. Sorry for sneaking up on you. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what are you doing? Oh, just student council stuff, you know. I don't know. It's been one of those busy days. The members of the literature club keep deleting each other's character files again, and I don't want to talk about the latest stunt the SOS bridge jail pulled. Sounds tough. Don't work too hard, Stella-chan. Eh, don't worry, I can handle it. Oh, but speaking of clubs, how did you get on with the murder club today? I grinned so brightly I could see a reflection of it in Stella's glasses. Really great. I drank coffee with Anka, drew a picture with Clay Senpai, played a video game with Plant Senpai, got to know Paint Senpai a little better, and then we all played Wheel of Woe. Whoa, that does sound like a fun afternoon. So, do you want to become an official member? I can handle all the paperwork for you. No hey problema. An official member of an after-school club. Something I dreamed of being for so long. Ever since my plans for the Aztec God Club fell through. Then, my answer is... Well, you can say no. Definitely. I would love to become an official member of the murder club. For just a second, I think I see something like sadness in Stella's kind blue eyes. See, is what I'm saying. But it must just be my imagination. Okay. She smiles again. Then it's done deal. Then it's a done deal. Congratulations, Sherry-Khan. Thank you. Look, it even says right there, sign your life away as an achievement. Oh boy. I'm just so happy I finally found somewhere I belong. I'm happy for you too. Claire-chan, do you ever think about parallel universes? Huh? I rotate my head like an owl confused by her question. What do you mean, Stella-chan? I mean, like, the Everett Wheeler model of quantum mechanics. The many worlds interpretation. The idea that there are an infinite number of worlds in which other decisions were made and the results played out. For example, maybe there's a world where you choose to join a different club instead. Or a world where you carry around a cardboard box instead of an Aztec tablet. That was one of my choices at the beginning. It was a cardboard box. And instead of that one squirrel you're into, I don't know, meat trivia or something? Yeah, that was my other choice. Oh, whoops, sorry. That's what I get for trying to drink some water. Oh, I see. Or like, if my mother had eaten more meat while she was pregnant, I'd be a boy right now? What the hell? Sure, why not? It's just something I think about from time to time. How our choices lead us to this very moment. How different things could have been. Perhaps there's even a world where Never mind. Wow, you're so smart, Stella-chan. You know everything. I don't know everything. I just know what I know. Anyway, should we get moving? I'm all finished with council business now. Oh yes. Plant Senpai is waiting for me at the front entrance. Well, better not keep her waiting then. She has a temper, that one. Oh, I think she's lovely. I can't wait to tell her that I joined the club for real. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. Claire-chan, I think your first semester with us is going to be a memorable one. And you know what? She was right. Dun dun dun! For the next few months, I had the best time of my entire life. Come on, guys. You're falling behind. We're unbeatable together, Plan-chan. We really are. Don't count me out just yet. The Bobcat can reach speeds of 30 miles per hour in short bursts. Catch you later, gamers. Hey, get your ass back here. Come on, hot stuff. Loser pays for lunch, remember? Ah, wait for me. Every day I sleepwalk my way through lessons. You paying attention, Redfield son? Redfield son. Ah, yes, senpai. In that case, answer the question. What did the Dayland girl see the day before yesterday? Sensei. Yes, Arturo-san. Maybe you should be asking yourself some questions instead. Like, how come my daughter won't return my phone calls anymore? Damn! Oh god, why does she hate me? To my mouth, surprised, the teacher suddenly throws himself towards the nearest window. What the heck? Class dismissed. Thanks for the save, Stella-chan? Okay. Did the teacher just commit suicide or what? I'd hang out with my friends in the murder club. Aren't you gonna join the handstand contest too, Claire? Yes, I am. Wah! Oh, I guess I'm upside down. Wait, how do you two get your skirts to stay down like that? Ow! 3 seconds, a new personal best. And we have a winner! Yay! So during this whole time, we've never discussed what the murder club is. We just hang out, that's it. Every day we'd play together until the sun went down, listening to Chuck's endless supply of dad jokes. Is he a dad? I had to sell my vacuum cleaner the other day, and it was collecting dust. And bearing witness to Paint's dire prosophies. A prayer written in blood, a prayer in bread is time devoted snakes with human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, a sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks, every second time. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time devoted prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing eyes, breathing time, breathing player, breathing sky, breathing stakes. Oh my god. What the heck? You crack me up, little buddy. He just flew up into the friggin' sky. Oh my god. Alright, hold on, I need to drink some water. I learned all about the intricacies of coffee with Inca. I honed my artistic talents with the help of clay. And I became a mobile gamer master thanks to Plant. And when the first semester finished and summer vacation began, of course, we had to have a beach episode. Come on, we even spent an entire day at the beach together. Come on, there's always one. Shall I show you what happened when the murder club hit the beach? Oh yeah, give me that fan service. No, that sounds really boring. I guess I have to, right? I have to do beach day. I had a feeling you'd say that. But first, type in your age in years. Oh god, I don't want to put my real age. Let's go with 25. Wait, is this gonna be really bad? Is this view content wording? Oh my god. Let's see. I might have to return to this game. I thought it was actually almost over. So I think I'm gonna stop from now. So if you guys really want the beach episode, I'll do the beach episode. Because it even says return to main game. So is this a whole separate thing? So I don't know. So we'll find out in the next video because I need to save and save my voice because my voice is dying on me. So again, thank you so much for joining me in this game. I'm gonna continue and hopefully finish soon. And I guess we look forward to a beach episode. So thank you so much for joining me, and hope we can play again together soon. Thank you. And also, please look at my other videos and give me some likes. Welcome the comment. Just tell me, how many words I'm saying wrong, because I know I'm saying tons of stuff wrong. How horrible my Spanish is. And also, please recommend any other fun horror games I can play.